Hi guys, welcome to Android. So in this video, we are going to check out CosmicOS 2.1. So this bi-weekly build of the ROM for the Redmi Note 3. The ROM includes the latest security patches and currently you can see the July 5 2017 security patch, but since there are bi-weekly builds of the ROM, the security patches are updated regularly, and if your device is supported officially, you will be getting one of those builds with the August 5 patch. The August 5 patch was the latest one. So if your device is supported officially, you will be getting all those latest patches. And The stock kernel, the SE Linux, its SE Linux status is permissive by default, and the latest Linux patches are present in as well. You can make out under that from the kernel version, and the build date of the ROM is 9th of August. Yeah, so we will get started with the Galaxy settings. This is where most of the ROM customizations are present. So first up, we have got the lock screen tweaks. We have got double tap to sleep anywhere, and then you can enable or disable the media cover art, uh, the uh, the status bar clock on the lock screen. So just a quick demonstration of this. So currently you can see that we have got the status bar clock up in here, and now when I just disable this, and there we go, you can see that the status bar clock is no longer shown. uh, and Then you can scramble the pin layout when unlocking the device, display music visualizers. Yeah, so those are the remaining options, and I would also quickly like to show you guys the scramble pin layout option. So I'll just quickly go ahead under security and set up a pin lock quickly. um, you know, okay, so just enter 1234. Okay, and now when we lock the device, and now you can see that uh, the numbers are arranged in proper sequence there. And now just tap on this, and now when we go back to the Galaxy option and lock screen tweaks, and now when we enable scrambled layout, let's lock the device again, switch it back on, and now you can see that the numbers are arranged in some random manner. So now you will have to make some extra effort to enter the pin layout. So this is a small add-on which you may or may not want to have, and I will just keep an eye out of on the battery. The moment it gets below 5, I will plug it back into the charger. Yeah, so then we have got the notification draw tweaks. We have got quick pull down. You can right left always, you can customize that. Smart pull down is present in there as well. Force expanded notification. We have got an inbuilt wake lock blocker. So guys, before you play around with this, just make sure that you will have to proceed with caution here. Maybe you would maybe if you don't know what you are doing, maybe you want to take an Android backup or something like that, or you can also um, maybe refresh this, I think. Yeah, so just make sure that you don't end up disabling any crucial wake lock. And if you ever just want to disable the wake lock blocker, you can simply just turn this off, and using this option, then you can go back to the stock settings. Yeah, so you don't need to make an Android backup to be on the safe side of things. You can simply just disable this master switch, or you can use this refresh button to go back to the stock layout. And then if you want to, I think this is for saving this saving settings, I guess. This the that save icon, I guess. um, yeah, so anyway, you can to go back to the stock layout, you can always use this refresh option. And as far as I can make out, maybe this save button is for saving the last setting. Okay, maybe let's just um let's uh, maybe I can use some other enable some other wake lock. Let's use caller info cache, and uh, now let's tap on that. Yeah, so now you can make out that when I just enable this caller info cache, and now when I tap that reset button, it will go back to the last profile you had saved. So basically what this save option is doing is it is saving up the last profile which you had set in here. So say if I just have currently set alarm clock, I will just mark save this now, and now when I select alarm clock, and now when I tap on this refresh on this reset icon, it will disable alarm clock. So you can make out that the save button will be saving the last set of wake clocks which you had disabled. So you can definitely play around with it, and if you end up disabling some of the crucial wake clocks, some of those wake clocks which are sucking up on your battery life, then you can end up saving some battery juice as well. So definitely play around with this. I would also recommend checking out amplify and amplify, greenify, and power nap in this regard. Since a Nougat based exposed framework is now available for all the Nougat based ROMs out there. So check that out. Amplify does work. I am using it on one of my other devices which is also running on Nougat, and yeah, it does help in saving up a lot of battery juice. And then you can enable or disable the brightness slider and the advanced quick setting easy toggle in the quick settings panel. Okay. Then we have got the status bar settings. Under battery style, you can customize how the battery icon should look. This is the portrait icon, landscape icon, circle. Then we have got big circle. Then we have got solid. uh, you can just have the text, or you can customize it any way you want. Then battery percentage, show it inside the icon or next to the icon. Then you can customize the battery bar changing color, and we have got a nice color picker in here. You can choose any color shade from this sliding color palette, and then if you further want to tweak the shade, you can tap in this region, and then we have got 6 preset color values as well. If you want to choose something from there, and you can do that. And then status bar battery charging text, you can enable that, and but this option will only be visible when you have hidden the battery percentage. And then if you want to have a charging symbol near the battery percentage text, then you can do that. And yeah, I will just demonstrate that right away. I will connect my device to the charger, and then we can so I'll just pause this video for a while. Okay guys, so I plugged my battery into the charger, and now let's you can see the battery the battery icon charging color. It has changed to light green. You can make that out. And now let's check out the flashing symbols as well. This is the flash symbol, and this is the tilde one. So whichever you want to use, if you want to use one, you can enable it. And then we have got the carrier label settings. So you can customize the location of the carrier label, lock screen, status bar only, or both of them. Then you can enter the custom carrier label text, and you can customize the size as well. Clock settings, you can enable or disable the clock end date entirely. Then show seconds, you can customize the alignment, right, center, or left. AM PM style, you can enable that. Similarly, you can enable date if you want to. And we have got a bunch of styles for that as well. Normal, lowercase, uppercase. You can tweak the position of the date, left of time or right of time. And in the end, we have got a bunch of date formats to choose from. Yeah, so a lot of options in there. Then we have got the network traffic settings, status bar traffic monitor. You can enable the outgoing, incoming, or both the data rate exchange values. Then you can tweak the display unit, bits per second or bytes per second, update interval, hide arrows, auto hide the network arrows when there's no data exchange going on. And then in the end, we have got the inactivity threshold, status bar icons. So from in here, you can enable or disable any icon which you don't want to be shown in the status bar. You can see that I am enabling and disabling the Wi-Fi icon, and accordingly it appears or disappears from the status bar. Then we have got double tap to sleep on the status bar, brightness control, show notification count, recent settings, you can show the memory bar, and then we have got the different recent styles: full screen, status bar only, navigation bar only. So this is the stock recent style, the default one, and then full screen, status bar only, and navigation bar only. Then you can configure the location of the clear all button: top right, top left, top center, bottom right, bottom left, and bottom center. Navigation bar settings, we do get both smart bar as well as flink. Again, in case you want to know more about on how to use smart bar and flink, I'll be having a link down below in the description box for my review of dirty unicorns. Check that out in case you want to know more about smart bar and flink and how to tweak them, how to tweak the various parameters of smart bar and flink, and how to use them. In fact, the smart bar and flink, they have been imported from dirty unicorns. Dirty unicorns created the dirty unicorns interface package, which comprises of smart bar, flink, and pulse. Pulse are these are beautiful graphic visualizers which are displayed down below in the navigation bar whenever you are playing an audio track, or even in fact video as well. So in case you want to learn about know more about any of these three, then do check out that video. I will be having a link down to that down below in the description box. And then you can also configure the height of the navigation bar in the portrait mode and the landscape width. Then we have got the power menu settings. So a lot of options in here: screenshot, screen record, flashlight, user switcher, um, settings shortcut, device lockdown, search, voice search, sound panel. So this how the power menu looks like when you have enabled all the options. So it's a really very long power menu. um, then we have got the button settings. So you can use the volume keys to control the media volume, then use the volume keys to wake up the device. Then you can playback control is present in there. Swap the volume keys when the device is rotated. Volume key cursor control is in there. Volume down for do not disturb mode, volume up to exit the do not disturb mode. And then if you want to have the do not disturb switch in the volume dialog box, this is what we are talking about, then you can enable that option. Display settings, wake on plug and notification light, you can tweak all that. um, and miscellaneous tweaks, scrolling cache and the screenshot delay. Then we have got app ops. So this is pretty much I have already done a tutorial on how to use app ops. So in case you want to know more on how you can use app ops to configure the various permission values, then do check out that video as well. um, Display settings, night light is present in there. Expanded desktop, wallpaper, rotation settings. So this is where your 180 degrees rotation is present, and rotate lock screen, that is checked in by default. Sleep timeouts, the minimum limit is 15 seconds and the maximum is 30 minutes. um, Ambient display, font size, display size, you can configure all that. And in the end we have got the color engine. So this is one of the great elements of the ROM. This is was originally conceived by Paranoid Android, and guys, CosmicOS, it does support Substratum as well. So before you begin using color engine, you have to note here that you can't use color engine along with the substratum. You can either use substratum or color engine, both of them they can't work alongside each other. So you at a time you will only use you can only use either one of them. And another thing is that if you use substratum once, then no matter what you do, you won't be able to use color engine unless and until you perform a factory reset or clean flash the ROM again. So well, I tried to run a couple of substratum themes in the ROM, and after I ran those substratum themes, I wasn't able to access this color engine option at all. I tried the Substratum rescue. I tried flashing that to see if it can clear all the mods, or to clear all, if it can clear all the overlays, and maybe then I am able to access this option. But no, that's not the case. If you apply any Substratum theme even once, and then uninstall all its overlays, you wouldn't be able to use this option. You wouldn't be able to access the color engine option after that. It would be grayed out, and there would be this gray gray overlay over it, and you simply wouldn't be able to access this option. So just note in here that if you have a Substratum app installed, if you have a couple of themes installed, but you haven't applied any one of them, then you would be able to use the color engine. But if you even apply any Substratum theme for once, then you wouldn't be able to use a color engine. So just keep a note of that. And um, uh, what you can do is, what the color engine allows you to do is, it allows you to tweak the background values, and the accent color of the settings menu, and the quick settings panel and all that. It doesn't theme any apps. Say the phone app, it won't theme the phone app or the Google apps, or in fact the messaging app wouldn't be themed as well. So it will only theme the basic elements of the ROM, the quick settings panel, settings menu, and the system UI on a whole, but it wouldn't theme any apps. um, so I'll just give you guys a quick overview. So currently I am using yellow color as the accent color. Let's select red as the accent color, and there you can see, it for I don't know what reason it is, the preview is not able to show the changes in the accent color, but once you hit the back key, you can make out that the accent color has been changed to red. And similarly, change the uh, you can change the background color as well. Simply tap on this uh, palette key in the top right corner, and then you will be able to change the primary color. So you have got a couple of options in here. The default option is white. You can see the changes are really spontaneous. Then you can use gray as well, or again, the changes are really quick. This is some sort of pixel dark. Oh, sorry, it's just the white background. And in the quick settings panel, it's pixel dark. That's what I call it. For the quick settings panel, that will be of the dark shade, while the settings menu background will be white. So you can use whichever option you want. I will switch back to dark. um, yeah. So that's what color engine is all about. And then we have got sound and notification settings. Volume steps are present in here, and for those of you, the minimum value is 5, and then we have got 7, 15, 30, 45, and 60. um, and it's similar for all the other options, alarm, and all the other options. We have got the same values. Then you can configure the ringtones, emergency broadcasts. Under other sounds, we have got dial pad tones, screenshot sounds, screen locking sounds, touch sounds, vibrate on tap, and you can then enable or disable the charging sounds, vibration, and you can also tweak that notification sound. Then on You can configure the notifications for the lock screen. Hide the sensitive content, show all notifications, don't show notifications at all. We have got the do not disturb settings after that, and cast is there in the end. Gestures, we have only got I think, let's go back to the pixel theme, or in fact let's go back to the default theme. Yeah. And now under gestures, you can make out that this is the jump to camera option. uh, Press the power button twice, and then it will launch the camera. uh, Battery settings. since this ROM is based on USB, you can enable the battery saver whenever you want, except while your device is charging, and the battery saver can also be enabled automatically. You can set up this option to enable the battery saver automatically when the battery drops down to 35% or below that, and no other options in there. Next up, we have got the user settings. So this is something which I mention in each and every ROM review which I do of any Nougat based ROM. So guys, just make sure that you fill up this emergency information section, and this is present in any Nougat based ROM out there, whether it is Android 7.0, 7.1.1, or 7.1.2. You will find this emergency information section in all the ROMs out there. So just make sure that you fill this up. So God forbid this, but in case ever something happens to you, and if someone tries to pick up your phone to contact your loved ones, to reach out to them, then they would be able to use this information and take action accordingly. You can also enter contacts, and this information would be accessible even on a secure lock screen. So I'll just enter the name, and we had set up the pin layout, and now when I just tap on this emergency information, you know they will be able to see the name and all the other details which you would have entered. So even if someone doesn't know the password or pin of your of the secure lock screen, still they would be able to access that important emergency information and take action accordingly. So please make sure that you fill this up. And then we have got ambient display. You can enable when to enable ambient display, picking up the device, or when you do a hand wave or you pull it out of your pocket. um, Security settings, unknown sources is not checked in by default, so in case you want to enable that. uh, and then lock screen message, power button instantly locks and automatically lock. You can configure that. Then we have got the advanced settings in the end. These are the developer options, but they have renamed it to as advanced settings. uh, so the Android debugging is enabled by default. So this definitely comes in handy when you are restoring your apps using titanium backup. And if you are using a beta build of Substratum, then do ensure that you enable the force authorize every theme option. And then we have got several USB settings, animation settings, and then if you want to change the device DPI, then you can tweak the smallest width attribute, or you can further customize the display size. These settings which we had seen. Sorry. You can configure the display size from in here. I'll just quickly show this to you. You can make out that suddenly uh, the screen, the contents on the screen have shrunk up. And now when I just increase the value to default, and the changes are really quick. So you can either, if you want more contents to be shown on the screen, you can either tweak the display size or configure the smallest width attribute. Then we have got the GPU settings, and in the end, if you want to that your the apps you have installed on your device, they should use the external storage, the SD card. If your device supports it, then you can enable this option, and force activities to be resizable for the multi-window mode. You can also enable that. So that's all what we have got in the settings menu. And apart from that, the ROM has a inbuilt gallery application. We do get phonograph as well. This is a music player which we have in. And uh, apart from that, we'll just quickly check out about CosmicOS. So you can view the changelog from in here. Visit the Telegram channel, the Google Plus community, and various social networks of the team. And you can view the changelog from in here, view information about the team, And Sagar Shah, this is the guy who has compiled this build for the Redmi Note 3. And when you tap on the maintainers, you will be able to view information about them. But I think that does require your Google Apps to be installed, so that it can actually open up that open up the information about the team. So it's not some kind of bug in the ROM. It's just that we do need to have Google Apps installed, and I haven't flashed Google Apps because I overall I just want you guys to see how the ROM looks without any custom add-ons. um so and then we also have an FM radio, the inbuilt camera. It's the camera does work, for those of you who are wondering. And you know this is, I think, some kind of modified version of the Snapdragon camera, I guess. But yeah, you do have all those great customizations of tweaking flash geotagging, configuring the storage location, face detection, ISO, exposure values, white balance, tap to focus. So a lot of add-ons are you also have got a bunch of filters in here which you can apply. And then you can configure the exposure values, I think, or maybe these are the filters. I'm not too much into camera, guys, so I don't know much about that. And then if you want to turn on the beautification mode, then you can do that. And obviously you can record the video or use the camera. And but the Redmi Note 3 does support the panorama mode as well, but that's not present in the camera application. uh, yeah, and apart from that, we have got all the standard customizations. We, all those standard apps, the phone app, messaging app. And by the way, if you want to check out those call vibration settings, we go to sound and vibrations. Vibrate for calls is present in here, in case you want to enable that. uh, Call blocking, it's present in here. And calling accounts, I was trying to search for, yeah. And vibrate, vibration after connected, in case you want to enable that. But we okay. And we don't have any settings for call vibration after the 45th second. You do have though that customization in certain rooms, although I don't use that myself. But I was just looking for that customization, whether it's present, but it's not. So we do have those value added vibration settings if you want to use them. And these are the quick setting tiles which we have. These are the ones which are applied, which are set by default. And these are the great bunch of quick setting tiles which you can add on. So a bunch of options in here. Dose notifications, you can if you want to be notified about dose, then you might want to check out those notifications. And we have got a tile to quickly, using this you can quickly reboot into recovery. I will just show this tile to you. And then, yeah, I hope that you guys have taken a look at the various quick setting tiles which we have. Yeah. And now you can quickly just use this quick setting tile to quickly reboot into recovery. If you want to perform a reboot, then all you have to do is just simply long press on the quick setting toggle and it will do a quick reboot. And if you want to reboot into the recovery, then again long press on it and it will reboot into the recovery mode. So some great bunch of quick setting tiles in there. And the stock launcher, it has got two settings. You can change the icon pack, and you can also enable home screen rotation. um, Wallpapers, these are the ones which we have. CosmicOS, this is the default wallpaper, and Cosmic Walls. So again, these are some bunch of great wallpapers which the ROM has. And this is one of my favorite features of the ROM, along with color engine. Color engine, I haven't seen it in it's only made it to a couple of ROMs since Paranoid Android open sourced it. But again, this wallpapers feature, I like. I really love the ROMs which have an inbuilt wallpaper. Inbuilt wallpaper collection. We have got that in on ROM. We have also got that in Exodus papers. They have got a lovely set of a collection of wallpapers, and now we have got CosmicOS doing the same. You can see that beautiful wallpapers related with the ROM. You know, if you have got a device with maybe an AMOLED display, maybe you would like to apply this wallpaper, and you can make out that these are wallpapers which are directly in relation with the name of the ROM. So definitely a great collection of wallpapers which we have in here. And lastly, let's take a look at the widgets which we have. Chromium, that is uh, that's the installed web browser which we have by default in the ROM. Phonograph, and quickly, if you guys want to check out Phonograph as well, let's take a quick look at that. I have covered this up multiple times, but let's still talk about it. So you can either browse for your music from from you can browse for your music from the folders, from the various directories. You can select it, browse the directories for the music, pick it up from any folders, or you can directly check out the library, songs, albums, artists, playlists, everything is present. And then we have got last added, history, top tracks, and we can support the development by donating to the beautiful team who have made this open source application. And then under settings, you can configure the start page, last opened, general theme. We have got light, dark, and black for AMOLED screens. Let's change to black. You can tweak the primary color, accent color, color notification if you want that, color navigation bar, now playing, ignore media state covers, album cover, blur album cover, reduce the volume on focus loss, gapless playback, equalizers, you know. So there are a bunch of customizations in here. Snapdragon Audio Plus is present in there, uh, and then you can create a new playlist. Sleep timer is present in there as well, and equalizer, it's again the Snapdragon Audio Plus. So yeah, a bunch of options, a bunch of great options in here. So you'll definitely like this music player as well. And yeah, I guess overall, on a whole, now for the Redmi Note 3 users out there who keep asking me about battery life and the VOLT symbol, the VOLT symbol is present, guys. And in case you want to know about the battery, then well, you can easily get through a day with the ROM. And guys, if you are really very concerned about the battery, then maybe you would like to flash a custom kernel like Agni kernel or Redon, and tweak the various customizations and the settings which those kernels have to offer. And you should also note here that the battery life that you will be getting, that completely depends on how you use your device, how many apps you have installed, which apps you have installed. So it's completely up to you on what kind of battery life you get. So please don't ask about the battery life which you will be getting. But since Redmi Note 3 has got a humongous battery of 4000 mAh, you would be able to get through a day really easily, even if you are a heavy user. So that's it about the battery. And well, VoLT does work. Calling was working fine. There are no bugs in the ROM. Just one bug which I was able to come across was when I turn the phone into the landscape mode, and when I slide down into the quick settings panel, there is this bug which I am getting. It shows that time, battery icon, and all that in the navigation bar. You can make that out from in here. And also then, at times, the quick setting panel that will not slide smoothly down. It should expectedly, what you would expect is the quick setting panel to slide down from the center. But at time that was happening, that the quick settings panel, that the this pull down menu, the drop down menu, it was either completely aligned to the left edge or completely to the right edge. So that was looking a bit it was looking a bit inappropriate at times. But yeah, that's the only bug that I did come across in the ROM. But apart from that, this is a beautiful ROM which you are definitely going to love. And yeah, so apart from that, there are no bugs in the ROM. And quickly, if you guys also want to check out the gallery application, you can uh, crop the picture, set it as printed, settings, show in random order, repeat, delay time. You can customize those values for the slideshow, view the information about the screenshot, and uh, tap on this edit icon. You can apply a bunch of filters, add several frames, crop the image, straighten it, rotate it, mirror it, or maybe just draw something over it. Color, style, size, color, you can customize that. You can edit the image in any way you want. In fact, you can also pick up any sort of shade that you want for your overridings. So a lot of customization options in even in the stock gallery application. And apart from that, you can definitely view your albums, locations. You can view your photographs and videos using the albums, locations, times, types. You can sort by that and select album settings again if you similar options again. And this is the option for starting the slideshow. Yeah, so I guess we are pretty much done with this review. So in case you like the video, hit that like button, and in case you want to get a notification in whenever we upload our future videos through this channel, then do subscribe to us as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day, take care, and we will catch you guys in the next one.